Here's your starters today for Notre Dame College from South Euclid, Ohio. Again, Lauren Macer, their head basketball coach, made this championship game in 2015 and 2018. Mentioned Sena Adachi, 5'7" senior guard from Attica, Ohio. She has knocked down 45 threes on the season, 18 points and 5 rebounds per contest. The other seniors in the starting lineup for Notre Dame College, Jessie Stout, 5'11" from Stowe, Ohio, and Katie Karalik, a 5'8" senior from Macedonia, Ohio, averaging 5 points per game. The other double-figure scorers in the starting lineup for Notre Dame College is Jen Adoho, a 5'10" junior from Erie, PA, 10 points, 5 boards per game, and Jada Monroe, 5'6", sophomore, Brea, Ohio, 16 points and 4 rebounds per game, has hit for 37 threes on the year. All right, we talked about Lily Ritz, the sophomore from Cambridge, Ohio. The Cardinals have some players that can score, and they showed it yesterday. Had 4 starters in double figures in the win over Davis and Elkins, including Talia Cashwell, the senior from South Charleston, West Virginia, went for 16. She averages 11 a game. Lauren Lipscomb had 15 in the win. She averages 6 a game, the senior from Columbus. Kira Burton, Key Burton, the point guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, 15 points per contest. And Jackie Heinzman, the 5'9" freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. Mike Lannis, the head coach of the Wheeling Cardinals in his first year with Wheeling University. All right, here we go. Ritz in the jump circle, along with Jessie Stout, tip in the air, and it's won by the Cardinals of Wheeling University in all black today. Notre Dame College in solid gold, tops and bottoms. Cashwell takes the ball on the right side wing, fires it up top to Lipscomb, lobs it down over Ritz's head. It's collected by Stout. Turnover on Wheeling. Up the floor comes Notre Dame College, so they'll want to get the ball into Lily Ritz. However, a bad entry pass there and the first turnover. Karalik runs it over, foul line extended right, taken there by Marone. Drive to the basket, and a running shot up from Adoho is off the mark, no good. Ball rebounded by the Cardinals of Wheeling. Burton into the front court, gets it to Lipscomb. She'll tack, put it off the window with the left hand, too strong. Offensive rebound for Lily Ritz, has the ball ripped away, however, from Jada Marone. She'll take it coast to coast, layup shot's good.
Great job by Marone. No hesitation either way. 1, trying to take the ball away from the big underneath the basket. And 2, once you have it, go to the other end and put it in that hoop instead.
And absolutely, it's a case there where Ritz brought the ball down. And that allowed the steal. Burton to the basket, missed the shot. Another offensive board from Ritz. She's going to throw it out to the left wing. Out to Heinzman. Up top to Cashwell. Swings it over to Burton. She's going to drive it down the right side of the lane. Puts up a wild runner, no good. Jessie Stout clears it off. Notre Dame 2-0 lead in the ball. Karalik brings it into the front court. Sends the pass to Sena Adachi, her younger sister, a freshman on this team. Marina will see her coming up off the bench, and Karalik falling to the floor, tries to work a pass to the left side wing and threw it wide to Jessie Stout into the Wheeling bench.
It looked like she stepped on someone's foot, so off balance, staggering, and pass off the mark as a result.
Burton with the basketball in the backcourt. Brings it over the timeline. Sends it high post, taken by Lily Ritz. Quick touch for her. Back up to Ritz, top of the key after Burton gets a touch. Here's Cashwell. Swings it right side to Burton. Shot clock's at 10. Opening quarter game clock at under 8 minutes. Burton backs in, working on Marone. Puts the shot up, no good, and a foul called on Jada Marone.
That's pretty good defense there by Marone for the majority of that possession. Able to stay in front, moving her feet side to side. Had to go to the right, had to go to the left, and then at the very end just reached forward ever so slightly. And when officials see that, the tendency is to call it when you're not straight up. But all in all, that was great on-ball defense by Marone. Yesterday, we saw Burton really breaking down Davis and Elkins defensively with the dribble. Marone stayed with her on at least the first effort where she had to do that.
Burton hits both, 80% free throw shooter, had 14 in the win over Davis and Elkins. Ties the score at 2, 7:50 to play here in the opening quarter. Just underway in Wheeling. Thanks for joining us here on Metro News. Adachi, step back, 3, airborne, net. 46th, third, or three-pointer on the season for Adachi.
Be interesting to see how Wheeling wants to defend that screen moving forward. There, Ritz ended up switched on her, and Adachi didn't worry about the height. She just shot over the top of her.
Here's a drive by Lipscomb, so Wheeling breaks the press. No problem there, but Lipscomb took a step before she dribbled, and the first sub off the bench comes in for Notre Dame College.
There's a replay of the previous possession, Travis, on the other end, where Cashwell went under the screen. So as a result, Ritz there trying to hedge. But again, Adachi wasn't worried about the length of Ritz. Just shot over the top, clean look, and a clean three.
All right, Teresa Parr is checked in for Notre Dame College. First sub off the bench. Here's Marone right down the lane, and she will bank it through. 4 for Jada Marone. 5'6" sophomore, lightning quick first step. 7-2. Notre Dame takes a 5-point lead. Adachi with the steal of Burton. Adachi settles right side wing, now tracks, tacks, pull-up jumper. 18, step in is good.
Boy, when you make your first shot of the day, you just start to feel so confident right away. And now Adachi's hit 2 in a row, 1 from distance and 1 on a pull-up like that. I'm sure she's going to be maybe having a heat check here in a second. She's off to a great start.
Good pressure along the sideline, and the pass thrown wide of Heinsman and out of bounds. Cashwell threw it. Heinsman didn't read the pass very well, and it sails on the bounce and goes out. And Notre Dame College with a 9-2 lead. Adachi early with 5 as she's hit her first 2 shots. An All-Mountain East Conference performer for the 2nd year in a row. And Adachi, remember her sophomore year, going down in a heap, tore her ACL at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in her first Mountain East Conference tournament. Shot missed from Notre Dame. Burton with the rebound back at the other end. 6:21 to play in the opening quarter. Notre Dame on top by 7. Flashing through the paint is Cashwell. And here's another turnover. Heinsman on the walk. And Mike Lannis looks down his bench. These are unforced errors from Wheeling, but Notre Dame is speeding Wheeling up. This is not a high-scoring offense, so they're not comfortable playing fast.
Yeah, and it's starting to show. There's been a variety of turnovers, as you said, Travis, not even necessarily due to the press, but the after effects of the press. 6 turnovers already by the Cardinals.
Pass up top to Jesse Stout. Works it over to Sina Adachi. Adoho pops to take it top of the key, center of the floor. Whips the pass over to Teresa Parr. She's going to spin down the lane, puts up a running one-hander. Back iron, no good. And a rebound loose in the lane, and Parr gets caught on a reach-in. That'll be the first on Parr, and the second on Notre Dame at the 5:50 mark. And we'll get Emily Holzappel checking in for Wheeling. This broadcast produced by Pikewood Sports for Metro News and the Mountain East Conference. Any descriptions or accounts of today's game without the written permission of Pikewood Sports and the Mountain East is prohibited. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved. At 9-2. Got to get Ritz some touches. Down low, she seals in the paint. Here comes the pass. Ritz turnaround shot, missed it at the rim. Pulls down her third offensive rebound, takes it back to the goal and scores.
And that's the offense for Wheeling. The second chance points are one thing, but the way they got the ball to her, this is what we saw yesterday. They throw the ball in from the top of the key, and so it's impossible to have a double team, or very difficult to double team, because the ball's in the middle of the floor already. That's how they get Ritz isolated one-on-one in the post.
3 up, good. Jada Marone buries it, far side corner, tightly guarded, but it didn't matter. 12-4, Notre Dame on top by 8.
Well, you would think this was Notre Dame's home floor, huh? They came in just making everything.
Murphy Gymnasium South.
Yeah.
Burton right of the key. Gets it to Lipscomb. She drives in, and Marone got a slap of that ball, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. They rule last touching Notre Dame. Pair of subs in for the Falcons, but the number 2 seed off to a great start here in Wheeling. 8-point lead for Notre Dame on the Cardinals as Marone buries the 3 in the quarter. She's got 7 early, and Notre Dame College up by 8. Down by 8, 7 on the shot clock. Cashwell crossover, step back, high arcing 3, back rim, no good. Rebound tip to the corner, chases on, goes out of bounds. Last touching, Wheeling with Holzappel in chase, but could not catch up with the basketball.
That's the first 3-point attempt for Wheeling, but the ball continues to move farther away from the basket, and a lot of their attempts are 1 for 6 shooting overall right now, and you've highlighted it, Travis. It's really no secret. Trying to get the ball inside the Ritz will help remedy that.
Parr works it into the paint. We're going to have a holding foul called. Inside on Wheeling on that entry pass.
One of those hustle fouls, but a foul nonetheless.
Ball in, quick three. Marone misses it. Rebound comes right to Holzapfel. She'll work it up the floor. Marone, 1 of 3 all-conference selection on this Notre Dame team. Here's a 3 missed, and Ritz called over the back. Trying to get that loose basketball coming off the rim as Wheeling continues to struggle. 1 of 8 from the floor.
Yeah, Ritz battling hard in there. That was the impressive thing yesterday going against Jemiah Johnson, her counterpart who leads the nation in double-doubles. Didn't have a foul until the 4th quarter.
And a shot at the other end is scored by Marone. So the second team all-conference selection has 9 points early. And it's a 10-point lead. Pass down to Ritz, misses at the rim, can't squeeze the rebound. Trickles away from her to Lauren Lipscomb. Notre Dame College in control, leading by 10. All the way to the basket. Running one-hander is up and good. Scored for Teresa Parr. 16-12. Notre Dame on a 14-2 run over the last 4 minutes. Jump pass into the corner. Here's a 3. Up and good. Caswell delivers. Former Black Eagle from South Charleston High School in West Virginia. 16-7.
She's a 31% three-point shooter. She can knock that down. Maybe that'll spark the offense for the Cardinals.
Here's Parr. Swings it over. And a 3. Up and missed from Kylie Ramlow. Got 47 made threes on the season and missed on that one. A pair of subs will come in. On the dead ball, Jesse Stout and Sena Adachi back in for Notre Dame College. Falcons lead by 9, 16-7. Burton brings it up. Notre Dame in a matchup. Cashwell, who just hit the 3, takes another, hits another. We saw her heat up yesterday against Davis and Elkins, and she's closing in on 40 made threes this season. Notre Dame really kind of played off of her, left her alone. Ramlow, high post, and a reach-in foul called on Emily Holzapfel.
To your point, Travis, about the 3 ball, and Cashwell was way behind the line when she took that. That may have been legitimately NBA range, but yesterday, that was what stung Davis and Elkins as well. Wheeling is not historically a three-point shooting team this year. In fact, they're one of the lowest in the conference for three-point makes per game. But they made 5 in the first half. That was the difference. So maybe Wheeling's changing it up in conference tournament play.
Yeah, 5 of 6 yesterday, and a 2 and 4 start in this game. Ramlow with 7 to shoot, crosses over, drives on Burton, pushes it off the window, no good. Gets it back, and Ritz partially blocks the stick-back effort. Ball taken down by Burton. Races into the front court, finds Ritz, nice pass, layup, shot good with the right hand.
Absolutely love that, line-to-line by Ritz. Blocks it on one end, sprints the length of the floor, and rewarded at the other end with an easy 2 points.
Lead is down to 4. Here's Stout, spins, and puts it off the window, no good. Lipscomb rebounds it after a good defensive effort. Gets it ahead to Burton. Burton transition, pulls it out on the right side wing. 1:49 to play in the opening quarter. Burton settles on the right side of the floor. She'll step up, hoist the 3, in and out. Nearly back in again. Trickles off. Taken down by Teresa Parr. She'll push, tries to lob it over right to Ridgely, and it went over her head, out of bounds, turnover.
That's a tough angle for that pass where she's not quite at the top of the key, not quite at the right wing. And on top of that, the player she was trying to throw to is on the right block, almost throwing it straight down the lane line. Even if she caught it, she would have been going away from the basket. So tough pass and ends up going out of bounds either way.
Anna Bonner will check in, the 5'3" freshman from Columbus, Ohio, to run the point, give Burton a blow. We did not see Bonner until late in the game yesterday. Lipscomb on the high post, back to Bonner. She dribble penetrates, dumps underneath the Ritz. He scores at the basket. So after a slow start, Wheeling, they were 1 for 9 from the floor, and now they've made 4 of their last 4 shots. 16, 14, 3 missed by Marone. Rebound taken by the Cardinals. They have a chance to tie or take the lead. Pass to Holzapfel, layup good. Wheeling beats Notre Dame College back.
Yeah, Cardinals are feeling it now. 12 unanswered points, and they have all the energy right now. Notre Dame reeling a little bit on their heels, surprisingly.
And Notre Dame's not scored in 2:44 for their last 5. Ramlow will take care of that. Dumps it off to Jesse Stout. The dribble penetration, and Stout scores it.
That's a great way to fix that dribble penetration and then find the open player once the help comes to stop the ball.
At 18-16, lead back to Notre Dame, and here is a ball deflected by Ridley out of bounds. And Notre Dame will get Adoho back in. Ridley will go out. 31.3 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Shot clock's at 19. 18-16. Potter top of the key, needs a screen, can't use it. She drives by, hands it to Holzapfel. 15-foot jump shot, no good. Ritz battling for the rebound, deflects it loose, picked up by Notre Dame. Here they come with 7. Karalik weaving through traffic, down the lane, puts up a runner off the window and good. Coast to coast for Katie Karalik in about 9 seconds. And she gets her first field goal of the basketball game, and Notre Dame scores 4 straight to take a 4-point lead heading to the second quarter. Sina Adachi with 5 early, 50% from the floor in the opening quarter, and the Falcons have a 4-point lead as we start the second quarter of play. Karalik tries to go back-to-back baskets, throws it over the cylinder, missed it, rebound Lauren Lipscomb. Rebounds 14-5 in favor of Wheeling. Lily Ritz has 7 boards in the opening quarter. So she's on pace for a 28-board afternoon. Drive by Burton and foul. Burton trying to split 2 defenders. And they're going to tag Jessie Stout with her first personal foul, and the first on Notre Dame here in the second quarter.
Burton's so good off the bounce there, getting into traffic, drawing the contact, and overall, the guard play for Wheeling really sparked that run in the first quarter. They had 6 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and fell behind by 12. They only had 2 turnovers the last 6 minutes. Took care of the basketball. As a result, got more shots, started to knock them down.
Bird makes 1 out of 2 at the line. She's got 3. Lead is 3, 20-17. Adachi, first touch of the basketball in quite some time. She made her first 2 shot attempts of the game. Karalik back to Sena Adachi, top of the key, 10 to shoot. Pulls up on Burton, 18-footer. Bad miss to the left. Rebound collected by Lily Ritz underneath the rim. Gets it to Bonner. Bonner has her pass deflected by Adachi. She gets it back off the deflection and now gets into the offense with a handoff to Burton. There's a 3 from Burton. Up and good, so Burton buries her first field goal. Ties the score at 20.
That one was a couple feet behind the line as well. Cardinals extending the range.
3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Wheeling in this first half. 8:29 to play. Clock rolling. Adachi feeds, low post. Nice head fake. Adaho will lay it up and in.
That's a miscommunication on defending that screen by Wheeling, as Burton and Lipscomb both came off on the player with the ball, and so when the screen was slipped at the basket, it was a wide open player.
Yeah, Doho lays it up and in, averages 10, her first field goal. Notre Dame takes the lead back. Wheeling is not led. Bonner has the ball, foul and extended. Fires underneath to Lily Ritz, and Ritz is going to dive on the floor and tie it up. We talked with Mike Lanish yesterday about how much improvement Ritz can make as Burton buried the 3 in their last possession. There's a perfect example right there. She'll get stronger. She's only a sophomore. Those are the type of balls in traffic that she'll catch in her junior and senior years.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so many ways that affects it. One, it's sealing off the player to create a better angle. It's having the strength to get the loose ball. It's also, if you have a little more strength, you draw more fouls called.
Bailey Antelock in Fairmont. Ritz 6 points, 8 boards, and she has the ball right of the lane. 22-20, puts it on the floor. Driving on Stout, gets too far under, tries to throw the pass back out to the wing, and Karalik touches it for Notre Dame. It'll stay with Wheeling with 5 to shoot. Ball comes into Burton. Burton with 3. Burton forces one from 21, partially deflected, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
That's good defense for Notre Dame overall on that possession. They came in second in the conference in scoring defense, which is no easy feat in this conference where points are scored at such a high frequency, so many fast-paced teams in the league. But they hang their hat on defense and started to show it there.
9th turnover on Wheeling in this first half, but still hanging tough, down by 2. There's a drive down the lane, ball back slapped away from Adoho and out of bounds. As Wheeling will sub Jackie Heinzman back in, the freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I think Jessie Stout has a little bit of the remnants of blood on her, perhaps, or just sent her over to the Notre Dame bench to be looked at. So I think that's a carryover from the previous stoppage in play.
All right, coming up 2:15, Charleston and Fairmont State. Again, we're all ladies quarterfinals today. 6 p.m. tonight. Top seed Glenville will take on West Virginia State. They defeated West Liberty yesterday by 10. And Concord and Urbana in our last game in the 4-5 game. Here's a tough turnaround from Stout over top of Ritz. Couldn't connect. Rebound taken down by the Cardinals. Down by 2. Wheeling into the front court. Burt, nice crossover. Drives mid lane. Puts up the runner. Back iron won't fall. Adachi clears it off. Looks to push, but Wheeling is back defensively. Adachi passes to Karalik. She'll penetrate. Kick. Out of Jessie Stout. Drives against Ritz. Puts up a runner. It's good.
That's a couple times we've seen that coming from the left wing, dribbling across the lane, getting into the right hand to lay it in, and shielding off Ritz with the body.
Burton pull up strong. Rebound Adachi. So quick shot from Burton results in a miss. And that's going to be a travel, leaving her feet. Jada Marone went up, came back down with the ball.
Yeah, lost it on the way up, and not entirely sure if she knew where she was going with the ball anyway. It's one of those situations where once you've left the floor, you're looking around, your eyes move very quickly, trying to find somebody in yellow that I can throw this ball toward.
Help. All right, here's Bonner. She throws it away. Ridley with the interception. Gets it to Adachi. Left of the key. Adachi with the ball. 6:25 remaining until halftime. Works it over to Teresa Parr. It's a 4-point game. Over to Adachi on the left side wing. Defender falls down. They're going to lob it down to Ridley. Left her too far. She tries to save it to Jessie Stout. And out of bounds. Marissa Finazzo will check in. The senior from Willoughby Heights, Ohio, has battled injuries throughout her career. All right, Bonner will check out. And Castellucci, freshman from Bridgeville, PA, suburb of Pittsburgh, will check in. 6-minute mark remaining in till halftime as we near it here. Cashwell drives, puts up a runner, it's up and good. Cashwell has been a nice offensive option, 8 points, her threes.
That was a tough shot because she actually switched it back to her right hand, not as you would an inside hand layup, but she was actually taking a runner from the left side of the lane for about 5 feet. Actually had a little contact and still made it through the contact.
15 on the shot clock. 2-point game once again. Adachi trying to break down the defender. Cashwell step back 3, and that's her shot. Wow. Sena Adachi with 8, pair of threes. A little jab step, fall back, thing of beauty. 27-22, Burton drives, kicks, Ritz, foul line extended lead deep. She's going to drive it, swing it into the corner to Heinzman, back out to Cashwell, back inside to Ritz, and she traveled. Took a step before she dribbled.
And she knew exactly what she wanted to do. That's one of the situations, maybe she had too much time because she knew she was open. She was calling for the ball for a couple of seconds before they finally got it to her. And so I think she was so eager and knew exactly what she wanted to do based on where Ridley was playing her to spin back into the middle of the lane that she started to make the move before the ball actually came.
All right, Lauren Calhoun will come in for the first time for Wheeling. Saw some limited minutes yesterday in the win over Davison Elkins. 5-point game for Notre Dame. Ridley turns, shoots from 15, back iron no good. Rebound is collected off by Cashwell. Outlet pass, Castellucci, cut off by Ridley. Settles in the corner. Sends the pass to Cashwell between the circles to Burton. Burton with 17, crosses over, shoots it over Finazzo, and all net.
saw Adachi do that and said, yeah, I have that in my repertoire as well.
Burton hot early from beyond the arc. 2 of 4. She's got 9 points. Lead is 2. Dump mid lane. Ridley works it inside. Bump foul by Calhoun.
That's a great job by Ridley because Calhoun was playing behind but reached around and was really all over her trying to get to that pass, and Ridley kept her off the ball and then still found a way to get to the rim and draw the foul.
When you come back, Ridley will be at the line.
Yeah, toe on the line there. Nice job by the officials to go back. That's one of the aspects of replay that I appreciate. Sometimes it slows down the game, but especially these type of reviews where they can wait until the next media timeout. It doesn't have a major impact in the game. Yes, the score is slightly different one way or the other, but it's the middle of the second quarter. So wait until a media timeout. It doesn't hold up any of the action.
All right, so that does make Notre Dame's lead now 26-25. Ridley misses the first free throw. 4:20 to play until halftime, and Ridley does make it 27-25 with 4:20 remaining. A little light pressure. Heisman works it up the near sideline, and Adachi thought that she had knocked it off Heisman on that reach in, but the official didn't agree.
Yeah, right in front of the Notre Dame bench, there are about 13 officials wearing yellow over there. They had one call, but the official wearing black and white stripes had a different call.
Well, the replay may have had a case. Looked like Heisman just lost it. Here's a drive down the lane. Push shot up and good on a turnaround. Score it for Lauren Calhoun. Tied at 27. Parr. Ufanazzo in the corner. She's going to lob it to Ridley. Step back 8-footer. Got the roll.
It's nice job by her facing up. Look at the basket and take the shot.
Notre Dame takes the lead by 2. Once again, Cashwell trapped along the sideline. Lofting pass near side to Burton. Back to Cashwell. Enters it into the paint. Got no Ritz out there right now, but Lauren Calhoun is establishing her presence on the low post. She's got back-to-back buckets. Tied at 29 once again. Parr down the lane. Runner fades short. Rebound Calhoun again. Calhoun. Reach-in foul called. Trying to rip it away from Sena Adachi. That'll be her first foul.
These are some great minutes from Calhoun. She only averages 6.5 minutes per game for the season, and a freshman out there starting to come into her own as well. Gave a great spell to Lily Ritz to allow her to have an extended breather out of the media timeout and really provided some value there off the bench.
Ritz comes back in, sitting on 9 rebounds, but 4 turnovers. 3:07 to play. Wheeling chance to take their first lead. Clock winds close to 3 minutes. Ritz on the crossover. She drives, puts up a runner off the window, just a bit strong. Coming down the right side of the lane. Back comes Finazzo. Kicks it over to Adachi. Head fake. Sena pulls up and gets hit from behind. Ball rims out. Foul's going to go on Castellucci.
That's a heads-up play by Adachi. Could clearly feel the defender Castellucci on her back hip, and so went straight up and took the shot. Expected that the defender would have no choice but to run into her, and that was the case.
Adachi, a nearly 90% free throw shooter, misses on the first attempt. Reach new heights at the Highland Sports Complex, the newest destination in Ohio County for all things sports, recreation, entertainment, opening this spring. Visit on Facebook for more information. Highland Sports Complex reaching new heights. 1 out of 2 for Sena Adachi. Notre Dame takes the lead. They get the steal, and Marone gets an easy lay-in. Pass into the corner to Ritz. Throws it up the sideline this time to Cashwell, out of trouble. Leads back to 3. Cashwell nearly lost it over the sideline. Castellucci lobs it underneath, and Heisman's going to get hammered on the shot attempt.
And Marone trying to do her best to get back defensively. That was a scramble because they did actually have a fairly effective trap just past midcourt, but with Cashwell able to step through and find the open player, that left Notre Dame a defender down on the rest of the floor, and so Marone, good hard foul there, challenging the shot.
Second foul on Marone, 3rd on the team. Heisman, a 70% free throw shooter. Hits the first.
Give Wheeling credit for the response. They fell behind 16-4 in the first quarter. If you joined us a little late, they went on a 12-0 run. Would have been very easy. Second day of the tournament to go by the wayside against the 2 seed.
Heisman misses the second. Rebounded by Lily Ritz. Had an opportunity on a stick back on kind of a hook shot to put it up and in. Couldn't finish at the other end. Marone does just that. Puts it up good along the baseline and is contacted and fouled, and will have an and-one opportunity.
Marone, a little bit of a hesitation right near the top of the key, and that allowed Bonner's feet to be a little flat. And then once you're in that position, it's really tough to accelerate at the same speed going back as Marone was accelerating toward the basket.
Marone free throw is good. Notre Dame, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the Mountain East Conference, and a quick little spurt. Notre Dame takes the lead back to 5. Marone's got 14 as we close in on 2 minutes to play until halftime here in Wheeling. Quarterfinal round game, and a bad pass from Bonner, the freshman, over the head of Cashwell, stolen by Marone. Marone attacks over to Sina Adachi, off the glass too strong. Litz tries to pull down the rebound, and Ritz falls out of bounds with it, could not squeeze it. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Notre Dame. Lofting pass comes into Adoho, to Karalik, over to Adachi. Cross screen set. Adachi can't use it. Now brings it to the right side of the floor. Gets it to Marone. She ball fakes. She's going to attack. Scooping shot. Good, and a foul.
Marone knows she has the speed advantage on Bonner right now. That's twice she's just blown by her off the bounce. Bonner doing her best, but Marone with a lot of confidence going to the rim right now. And Bonner's going to check out as Wheeling noticed that as well.
Burton will come back in, give him a little more foot speed. You can't hug Marone. You can't get up on her. She's going to blow by you. You got to play off her a little bit. The problem is she can hit threes.
Yeah.
17 for Marone. Averages 16 a game. She'll get a breather. And in a blink, Notre Dame takes the lead back to 8. Just a couple of possessions ago, Wheeling had a stick-back opportunity for a tie. Here's Burton. 1-3-1. Doho on the top side, and now they match up in man in the half court. Here's Burton, crosses over, fires a three, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Lily Ritz, her 10th of the game, takes it up, no good, but she's fouled. Held on the ball long enough, triple team came, and Ritz went up strong and drew the foul underneath on Julie Kemp.
Now, Ritz, you say to yourself, haven't called her name as much, or in terms of the Wheeling comeback, it was really sparked by the three-point shooting and perimeter play, and yet here we are, we're not even through one whole half of play, and after making the first free throw, 7 points, 11 rebounds. Just poddling along, here's a double-double in the first half almost.
8 offensive boards, and she's got 7. The team has 1. Makes 1 out of 2 at the line. 38-31, Wheeling just trying to survive the runs. Nice little pick and roll, and off the roll, laying it up and in is Kylie Ramlow. Leads back to 9. Wheeling trailed a 12, or had a 12-point deficit in the first quarter. Cashwell in the corner. Notre Dame really cranking it up, chasing ball. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Cashwell, hemmed in along the far sideline with 49.8 seconds to play. Had to take a timeout, hemmed in.
Austin here as this has played out, because Wheeling has been making their shots. They just haven't had as many due to the turnovers.
That ball comes into Burton. Key Burton with 9 points. Shot clock is at 15. Burton up top, Marone's back in during that timeout. Burton isolated on Marone, drives the right side of the lane, got fire, and scored it. So, talk about foot speed for Marone. Burton's got some in reserve, too.
Yeah, Marone with 2 fouls looked to be a little extra cautious there. I think she wanted to avoid her 3rd foul. She did give Burton that extra step a little easier than we saw in the first quarter.
Nazo cut off along the baseline, throws the ball out to Notre Dame players in the same spot. Marone takes it, sends it over to Kemp for 3. It's flat, no good. Cashwell pulls down the rebound, pushes it up ahead to Burton. Burton with 9 on the clock, puts up a runner, back iron, no good. Good box out to keep Ritz away from the ball from Julie Kemp. Here comes Adachi. Cross half court, pull up jumper, good for 2 or 3. Going to call it a 2 for Sena Adachi. They may go at the monitor and take a look at that one as well, as Adachi hits it at the horn to give Notre Dame at least a 9-point lead, perhaps a 3-point lead. Burton trying to keep Wheeling close, but Notre Dame College trying to advance to the championship game of the Mountain East Conference Tournament for the 3rd time in the 7th year. Got to get through the first round, of course, first. 42-33, Notre Dame leading Wheeling by 9 points. Again, Cardinals trailed by as many as 20 in that first half, but found some offense, made a nice run in the second quarter of play, and got the game back to tied on a couple of different occasions, much in part due to a couple of particular players, guards. Cashwell hit a pair of threes. Burton also with a pair of threes. She has 11 points here in the first half as Cashwell started to go to work from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and these were not right on the line, pulling the line. Some of these were a couple feet behind the line. One was nearly NBA range, and so they stretched the defense that way and then started to go inside as well.
Yeah, for Notre Dame, been all about the guard play, creating turnovers and getting easy looks. And Jada Marone with 17 points here at halftime.
Yeah, her foot speed off the bounce right there. You saw her blow by her defender a couple times in Bonner. There was the first example, now the second example there. So that helped spark the most recent rally by Notre Dame where they broke away from that 30-30 tie.
Third quarter underway in Wheeling, and Marone takes no time driving right down the lane on Notre Dame's opening possession, and is going to draw contact and get herself to the free throw line. Marone 17 in the game, be at the line with 9:54 to play in the third quarter with a chance to build on a 9-point lead.
Let's see if Notre Dame can start the second half the way they started the first half. They came out on that big spurt 16-4 run, and Wheeling sped up, had a lot of turnovers early. See if the Cardinals come out a little bit calmer and ready to prepare for the second half.
Marone hits both free throws, makes it an 11-point game, 44-33, 9:50 to play. Pass to Cashwell in the corner. She dribbles it up top, sends the chest pass out to Burton. Burton goes behind the back, puts up a runner from 14 all net.
So smooth with that crossover.
Burton with 11, make it 13 now. Notre Dame leads by 9. There's Adachi driving on Cashwell and puts it high off the window and scores it.
That was a tough shot there, going to the left hand, and as you said, having to throw it high up in the air to get it at the right angle off the glass to fall through.
Burton knocked away. That was Adachi with the slap away. Marone's got a 2-on-2. She's going to take it all the way with the left hand shot. No good. Stick back. Won't fall. Hangs on the rim for Karalik. And the rebound lost out of bounds. Last touching Notre Dame as Lily Ritz goes down again. Already got a bloody knee in that first half as Marone couldn't finish. And Ritz standing there trying to get the rebound. Just got run over by Jesse Stout.
Yeah, the ball had already gone out of play, so I think the ref missed the contact after that.
Cashwell drives and scores it. Cashwell's got 10. And once again, Wheeling gets to within 9. Marone drives to the basket, fouled. So perhaps a change of strategy for Lauren Macer to start this third quarter of play. They're spreading the floor, going 5 out, and allowing Adachi and Marone to take their defenders off the bounce.
Yeah, and there she started to go to her left, and she really turned her shoulders, squaring to the left wing as if there was going to be a dribble handoff or something like that. So even a subtle movement like that can occasionally put in the defender's mind something that's about to happen, and instead of a dribble handoff, she just turned straight right and accelerated toward the basket.
Both free throws good. And she is 6 of 6 from the line in the game. Ritz picked up the foul. She sends it to a cutting Lipscomb coming down the lane, and Lipscomb has it knocked out of bounds. They rule it last touching Marone. It'll stay with Wheeling. Leads 11, 48-37. 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Pass out to Burton. Drive, scooping layup shot, up and good.
They must have both been in the same locker room for the coaching adjustments at halftime, because apparently everybody got the message, go to the basket.
Dachi on the right side wing. Swings it over. Wheeling's changed defenses. Now they've gone to a zone to try to cut down on those driving lanes. Pass out to Karalik, two players in the same spot. Bounce pass across the lane to Jesse Stout. Stout puts the shot up, missed it over the cylinder. Rebound, Wheeling, Cardinal, center of the floor, Burton. Lipscomb got too far under, hit it off the bottom of the backboard. And I think she touched it last after going out of bounds and coming back in. The official delayed reaction, but blows it dead and gives it to Notre Dame.
Yeah, Lipscomb realized that and for a moment waited and didn't want to touch the basketball, and then no one else came to touch it, so she couldn't wait that long, so she eventually grabbed it.
Attacking this zone, Stout skips it to Adachi in the corner, makes the catch along the sideline. 12 on the shot clock. Over to Karalik. She curls down through traffic, sends the pass over to Adoho, and she is going to be fouled at the left block. So 3 fouls whistled here on Wheeling on attacking plays from Notre Dame.
Lipscomb was trying to get down to be in a position, but she was clearly behind Adoho with that arm in the back and pushing her forward as she elevated for the shot.
Jen Adoho, junior from Erie, PA, makes the first free throw. Lead back to 10, misses on the second. Rebound deflected by Ritz, but Stout takes it down. Adoho has a shot blocked by Heinsman, picks it up in the corner, and then Karalik has back slap by Burton and out, and restolen by Adachi. She'll send it up ahead to Stout. Bounce pass to Adoho. Shot blocked by Lily Ritz. Taken back by Heinsman. Swings it to Lipscomb. She'll drive baseline, and a blocking foul going to be called on Jada Marone. That'll be her third. Well, what a play by Lily Ritz. 1-on-2, and she saved the bucket.
Certainly did. She had to stop the ball and then get back to the other player that the bounce pass went to. That's normally a drill that never works for the defender who's on an island there, but her length came through there and a clean block. And credit to Marone, she's got that foul there, but she's aware of her situation. Immediately after she got off the floor, she looked over to her bench, gave a thumbs up as if to preempt any notion that with 3 fouls we might sub her out. Marone said, no, I'm good. I won't do that again.
Notre Dame's a deep team. Second free throw's missed, but Teresa Parr, her availability questionable here in the second half. She was working with the trainer during halftime and got her seated behind the Notre Dame bench with her right leg wrapped. Pass up top to Sena Adachi, 15 on the shot clock, attacking the zone. Skips it to the far side corner, and here's a 3 up off the mark. Rebound taken weak side by Lipscomb. 49-40. Wheeling with the basketball in a 9-point deficit. Burton kicks it up top. Lipscomb 3, bad miss. Misses everything, goes out of bounds. Nazio will check back in for Notre Dame on the dead ball.
It's a good set. The shot didn't make it as such, but they ran 2 high ball screens up top, and so the challenge is as the on-ball defender starts trailing behind that second defender on the screen had to help off on the ball, left Lipscomb with a wide open shot off the pick and pop, just didn't draw iron.
Marone stands left side wing, enters it, looking high-low. Nazio tries to work it down low to Jesse Stout, deflected out by Lily Ritz. Notre Dame, no buckets in the last 3 minutes, but they've scored at the free throw line. Finazzo up top, 10 to shoot, over to Adachi, swings it back to Marissa, now near side, Karalik, to Finazzo, she doesn't want to shoot, to Marone, now to Adachi, lost the shot clock, and that violation will give the ball to Wheeling.
And just out of sequence there, Adachi wasn't the only one. It really seemed as though everybody fell asleep, including the Notre Dame bench. They're on their second half side where the offense is on the same side as their bench. No one was calling out from the bench necessarily to shoot.
Drive all the way, Caswell off the window and good. 7-point game. Marone has it, 5:50 to play, third quarter. Kicks it over to Adachi. Her pass deflected. Stout can't save it. It's taken by Ritz. Stout dives on the deck to try to tie her up and knocked her over. Second foul on Jesse Stout of Notre Dame College.
Great hustle by Ritz. And again, those long arms paying off, able to reach with the fingertips to a deflected pass, bring it back toward her, and then stay with it, hustling. And we've seen Ritz diving on the floor a lot for those loose basketballs. A lot of hustle from her.
And this switch to the zone has certainly paid dividends for Wheeling. They've cut down on the driving lanes. Now they're getting some hands on balls, on deflections. Burden to Heinzman on the right side wing. Cashwell flashes up top to take it. Will take a three off the rim, no good. Stout tries two. Block Ritz from getting to the ball, but Ritz gets that big arm in front of her and knocks it off of Stout and out of bounds.
That's an even better hustle play there. That's tremendous. That ball was a good foot past the line. Of course, it was in midair, so it's not out of bounds yet, but she had to stretch again and use her entire wingspan to get to that one and create an extra possession for her team.
That'll be a rebound that Rich doesn't get credit for. It'll be a team rebound, but certainly that was all her. She backs in, has a pocket pick, 6 turnover on Ritz. Marone drives, kicks, ram load, cut off along the baseline. She lost the ball. It's taken out by Lipscomb. Bounces wide of Heinzman on that break and out of bounds.
Yeah, it can't be a bounce pass there. You're 30 feet from the basket. A chest pass to set her up in stride, and then maybe a bounce pass on the back end. But once that ball hit the floor, it lost a lot of its momentum and speed, and as a result, it was way behind the player on a dead sprint.
17 turnovers for Wheeling in this game. Notre Dame's got 8. Maroon's 3, good. 24 for Marone, lead back to 10. 52-42. Cashwell along the far sideline. Works on Adachi, drives her to the rack, puts it up. Hits off the back rim, won't fall. Rebound, Ritz picks it up off the deck, lays it up and won't go. Marone pulls down the rebound. She'll push down the center of the floor. Tries to split 2 defenders. Lipscomb takes it, sends it up ahead to Lily Ritz. Ritz will lay it up and score. (52-44). 4:13 to play. High post, Stout drives, gets inside of Ritz, missed the shot. Good box out there by Lipscomb. Ahead to Cashwell. Cashwell attacks on Adachi. Layup shot, no good. Tried to take it right at Adachi and Challenger, and Adachi got enough of it to make it an errant shot. High post goes to Marone. She'll kick it out top to Ramlow. Swings it over to Adachi. Under 4 minutes to play. Third quarter, ball fake, Stout drives in, challenges Ritz. Ritz blocks her shot. So 3:40 to play. Notre Dame can't get away. Wheeling hanging in there. The 7 seed against the 2 seed with 3:40 to play. And Lily Ritz already with double-figure rebounds adds another block. .340 to play, third quarter. Notre Dame on top, 52-44. Talked about Lily Ritz's numbers going to the break. 16 rebounds for Ritz in this game, and she gets another block. Back-to-back blocks, her 4th of the game. Cut to the basket, and they'll get a bucket from Heinzman.
And even though those don't go down as turnovers, they have the effect of a live ball turnover. You block a shot, you get the rebound really quick. It can lead to a transition opportunity and fast break points.
And Adachi turns it over. A lofting pass goes over the head. It sails over Adoho's outstretched arms. And a turnover from Notre Dame. 6-point game once again. Comes the full court pressure. Pass to Cashwell. Cashwell fakes the pass across the paint. Scores it off the window.
They run into these spurts here. Now, last time they got right to the doorstep, they tied the game. They never took the lead. We'll see if they can complete this run here.
6-0 run. Notre Dame 6 turnovers in the last 4 minutes and some change. And there's a settling basket up. Good for Jen Adoho.
That's exactly what Notre Dame needed, just to calm the storm for a moment.
6-point game, 54-48. Under 3 minutes to play. Here in Wheeling. Burton. High cross screen, drives in. Adachi will get a shot block as Burton used a staggered screen up top, and she thought she was going to be a little more open on that pull-up scoop shot, and Adachi helping off. Knocks it out of bounds, 16 on the shot clock. Burton triggers into Ritz. Back to the basket against Ridley. Backs her down to the block. Ramlow comes in and is going to tie her up. Arrow will stay with Wheeling with 8 on the shot clock.
And Ritz gets up a little frustrated and says up to the official. It's understandable. It's such a physical game down there and a lot of contact down low, and Ritz rarely gets a whistle down there, having to play through all of that. And she's one thing we don't talk about with all of her numbers, points, rebounds, or otherwise, she's always on the floor. She stays in the game. Her stamina is incredible. She's been out there 26 of the 28 minutes so far today.
Shot clock at 3. Cashwell for 3. Off the rim, no good. Got a good look thanks to a screen from Ritz. Up high, but couldn't connect. Ramlow with the ball with 2:15 to play between the circles. Passes over to Marone on the right side wing. Flashing high as Ridley pulls the trigger. 16-footer. Step back, no good. Ritz deflects it and tips it over to Heinzman. Wheeling's got numbers. Here's a drive. Cashwell, fade from 15. Missed it. Long rebound. Picked up by Lipscomb. Bounced right to her. Out to Burton. Reset for Burton. She'll step into a long 2. Bad miss. All glass, no rim. Rebound taken by Ritz. Sends it across the lane to a cutter. Layup is good for Heinzman.
Great vision by Ritz out of that. There's so many players moving around her and a lot of defenders, and she found the open player and a crisp pass to set her up for a layup.
4-point game, 54-50. Ramlow 3. Back iron, no. Ritz knocked to the floor and fouled on the rebound. And that'll go on Jada Marone. That's going to be her 4th. So that's a developing story. With 1:31 to play, Notre Dame's leading scorer picks up personal foul number 4.
And it looks like she's going to stay in there for now. So a lot of confidence. Only a minute and a half left. You could understand if they sat her for a minute and a half to make sure she's out there for at least part of the 4th quarter. But right now you're running the risk that Marone might have to sit the entire 4th quarter if she gets tagged with one here.
Yeah, bad gamble, I think, or a big gamble, I should say. Here's a drive to the basket. Burton's going to be fouled by Karalik. We'll see if it is bad. As it plays out, that foul's going to go on Karalik. Marone kind of ran with Burton, but certainly stayed away from any potential contact there.
Yeah, to your point, Travis, and you know, the coaches know their players better, and obviously Lauren Macer's Conference Coach of the Year. That's not by accident with the success they've had this year, so she knows her players and what they can and can't do out there. It's a risk-reward situation I wouldn't be comfortable with. I would have Marone on the bench right now with 4 fouls.
Burton missed both free throws, but Wheeling gets the ball on the rebound, but then throws it away. Here's Marone all the way to the basket. Running one-hander up, no good. Lipscomb pulls down the rebound, sends it over to Burton. Burton blows by a defender. Adachi trying to catch back up with her. Over to Cashwell. Throws a jump pass into Ritz. Ritz brings it down around her waist, and she's going to be tied up. The arrow will go to Notre Dame.
Wow, and the official nearest us called a foul initially, and the other official came in with a jump ball. If that had been a foul, that was going to be Marone's 5th. So that was very, very close to that risk reward not paying off at all. But the other official said jump ball instead.
All right, 55 seconds. Notre Dame leads by 4, 54-50. The 2 seed in a battle against the 7 seed Wheeling. Adachi on the right side wing. Sends it out to Karalik. Wheeling's in that matchup, 2-3. Skip pass for Adachi. Quick release, 3. Good.
That's great for Adachi. First had to concentrate on making the catch because Ritz threw one of those long wingspan left arms up there in the passing lane, so she had to follow the ball all the way into her hands and then still had the quick catch and release.
Less than a second differential. Game clock to shot clock. Burton isolated up on Marone. So Notre Dame's got to really help her out here. She's got 4 fouls. Here's a drive. Burton tries to take the charge, and she takes a charge.
Wow. Boy, playing with fire twice, and both times somebody came in with a fire extinguisher there. But Marone narrowly misses a 5th foul as well on this sequence. That's one of those block charge calls that can truly go either way depending on how the officials see it, and this time they said offensive foul.
I truly believe if Burton had lowered his shoulder, Marone didn't have position.
Right.
Once you dip your shoulder, that's going to be a charge. Marone lets it roll all the way to left of the key, 23 feet. Now with 4 seconds, kicks it out. Adachi, catch and release 3. Up short, Finazzo, stick back, good if it goes. Off the mark, no good. And we have played 3 quarters of Mountain East Conference women's basketball. Game 1 of 4 in the quarterfinals. Notre Dame College, the number 2 seed, clinging to a 7-point lead on Wheeling. Notre Dame shot just 23% in that third quarter, but got to the free throw line. That helped them maintain their lead. As it's 7. Here's a drive by Cashwell as we start the fourth quarter. Missed the shot. Stick in, though, for Lauren Calhoun. That's her third field goal. It's a 5-point game.
The Wheeling's right there. They have not gone away, and they're hanging around. One more spurt could possibly put them in front.
Hook pass into the corner. Finazzo drives, leaves it in for Kemp, and they're reaching on Kemp and force a travel. Well, the other thing in that third quarter, Notre Dame's turnovers went through the roof. They turned the basketball over 7 times in the third quarter.
That's typically their strength, is turnover margin, so for them to be giving the ball away at a higher rate, that clearly opened the door for Wheeling a little bit further as well.
Dumped down mid lane, and Calhoun's going to be fouled. Jessie Stout picks up her third. And that'll be the first foul of the fourth quarter. Fouls reset. Wheeling set to inbound the ball. Looking for a cutter. Burton circles around the paint. Settles with a 12-foot jump shot. No good. Calhoun tips the rebound to herself. Sends it around to Cashwell. Over to Burton. She'll crank a 3. Online but strong. Adachi takes the rebound. Adachi whips it to Julie Kemp along the baseline. Looks for a cutter. Back to Adachi. Adachi right down the lane. Puts it up. Got the roll.
Great recognition by Adachi. There's nobody there in the middle of the lane. Wide open path for her to cut down. And then once she caught the pass, the wherewithal to pull up for the shot.
Lead back to 7. 59-52. 8:40 to play. Cashwell. Top of the key between the circles. Over to Burton. Calhoun sets the screen. Burton tries to penetrate and drive. Throws a scoop pass or a scoop shot that was blocked. And then they call on a travel.
I mean, I suppose I could see that. That was the first part of it where they had the ball. Usually that's typically, it's called a jump ball, and so you never see the player staggering to the floor in the aftermath, but they didn't call it jump ball, so then they deemed a travel on the follow-through.
20th turnover on Wheeling, and here is a loose ball. That ball's kicked, and it was kicked by Notre Dame, so that'll go to Wheeling. So the turnovers mount. 12 for Notre Dame, 20 on Wheeling. Actually, the ball wasn't kicked. After we saw the replay, it looked like it was tapped. All right, Ritz over the timeline, and the ball just taken from her. Karalik with the steal, over to Adachi, layup shot good.
A quick hands by Karalik. Ritz is a skilled ball handler for being 6'1" out there, but her bringing the ball across the timeline isn't necessarily what the Cardinals want on a regular basis.
Lead is 9. And Adachi knocks it away from Lipscomb. Lipscomb had given up on her dribble, and she was just looking to pass the ball. And Adachi never gives up on a play. Very pesky defender. And Lipscomb had a knock from her possession. Picks up her second personal foul in retaliation.
Yeah, Notre Dame picking up the defensive intensity. They're doing that with Marone on the bench with her 4 fouls. And the 5 that are on there for the floor right now for the Falcons really ratcheting it up here for the first couple minutes of this fourth quarter.
61-52, Adachi with the basketball. Screen set. Works it over to Finazzo on the right side. She'll penetrate the elbow, pulls it back out, gets it to Adachi. 7:30 to play. Adachi pull up long 2, and she's going to be fouled. Cashwell trying to work off the screen, bumped her.
Yeah, I'll get a second look at it on the replay, and just trying to fight over the top of the screen of Stout and reaching, and definitely caught Adachi there.
Sana Adachi 20 on the afternoon for the second all-time leading scorer in Notre Dame women's college basketball history. Makes 2, the lead is 11. Here's Rich bringing it up. Gets rid of it before any trouble develops. Cashwell takes the handoff now to Burton. Burton's going to drive, spins on Karalik, has her pocket picked by Finazzo. Bounce pass across the lane to Adachi. Missed the layup. Rebound saved by Notre Dame. Kick out Finazzo for 3. That's strong. And Lipscomb is going to be fouled by Karalik on the rebound. Wheeling wants a timeout as again this pace starting to quicken. Wheeling with the basketball. Notre Dame in the press. Wheeling 23 turnovers.
It's been when they've come, Travis. They've come in bunches, and that's what's allowed Notre Dame on these different times to open up double-digit leads.
They've not scored in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and they've turned it over 4 times during that period. Lipscomb out to Burton. Shot clock at 13. Burton attacks. Right side of the lane, puts up the runner, flips it over the cylinder, won't go. Got no whistle. Karalik up the floor. She'll drive. Stop. Finds a trailer, and a 15-foot jump shot is good for Adoho.
Notre Dame starting to look like the 2 seed right now. Started to build that lead a little bit, put the pressure on Wheeling, and now starting to play with some more confidence, play a little more freely here in the 4th quarter.
13-point lead, largest of the game for Notre Dame. Burton takes a 3, missed it. Rebound comes to Adachi, falls to the floor, but saves it to Jesse Stout. Now remember, Wheeling's playing their 2nd game in 24 hours, so might be getting a little worn here. Notre Dame's deeper and fresher. Adachi on the left side wing. 10 on the shot clock, 5:50 on the 4th quarter game clock. Adachi drives, kicks to Karalik. She'll step into a 16-footer, up and in.
And the offense really starting to open up for Notre Dame. Part of that, though, is the defense for Wheeling. You mentioned the amount of games they've played in this short amount of time, and perhaps some tired legs out there for the Cardinals defensively.
10-0 run, and Burton throws it over Ritz's head, trying to make that entry pass to the low post from 23 feet out. And that is the 24th turnover of the afternoon for the Cardinals.
And Wheeling is a team that doesn't substitute a lot, or at least today especially. Burton's been out there all 35 minutes. Ritz and Cashwell have been out there 33 of the 35 minutes, and it's the 2nd day in a row with the game. It does start to wear on you after a bit.
67-52, drive by Karalik all the way to the basket, shoots it over the cylinder. Ritz pulls down the rebound. That's her 20th rebound of the afternoon. And Adachi, of course, harassing in the backcourt, knocks the ball out of bounds. Adachi's numbers here today, 8 of 12 from the floor, 21 points, 5 rebounds. Has 4 steals and a block shot. Ritz gets a whistle. Fouled by Jesse Stout. That'll be her 4th, and 2 shots upcoming here for Lily Ritz.
Ritz caught that ball high post left side and was able to not only dribble a couple times, but go to a spin move as well. Of course, she grew up with her brother Kyle, played at Wheeling. Her sister Molly played at Notre Dame College. I imagine those backyard basketball games were pretty intense there. So that's maybe where you develop a spin move as a 6'1" player.
5-minute mark, 4th quarter. Ritz at the line. Her team. Notre Dame leads by 15. Ritz, 2 shots, rims the first one out. Notre Dame advances with the win here today to a 2:15 matchup on Saturday in the semifinals against the winner of our next game, Charleston and Fairmont, coming up at approximately 2:15. Ritz misses both free throws. Still sitting on single-digit scoring. Here's Ritz with 9 points, but 20 rebounds, 10 offensive, 10 defensive. High-low down to Adoho. Can't finish at the rim with Ritz's presence. Ball taken by Burton, and her bounce pass is kicked off the foot of Katie Karalik. .434 left. Burton inbounds the ball, or takes the inbound. 15 points, shoots for 3. Back iron, no good. Tries to follow her miss and bumps into Karalik and picks up her 2nd foul. Third on Wheeling. Dachi inbounds the basketball. Marcia to Finazzo. Her dribble penetrates the elbow. Now relents, circles back to Adoho. She'll go up and under and got the shot up inside of Lily Ritz, but missed it. And rebound foul going to be called on Finazzo.
We'll get another look at Ritz. Even when she doesn't officially block a shot, she alters a lot of shots around the rim. And right there's another example of just her presence being felt and forcing a miss.
Officially 4 blocks in this game. And an assist. 15-point Notre Dame lead. Jump stop, Burton. Contacted, knocked to the floor, and fouled. She'll get to the line and shoot on Karolick's 3rd foul.
Burton attacking and being able to draw the foul. These points can be valuable with the clock stopped. You know, if you're Wheeling, this is at the end of the line here. If you fall short in this game, so even though you're down by 15, less than 4 minutes left, doing whatever you can just to chip away at it. We saw them in the first quarter go on a 12-0 run and erase the deficit in a short amount of time. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but they have to do things like this, chip away at it with the clock stop, and it all starts, of course, with defensive stops on the other end as well.
Burton makes the first, but even with a loss today, Wheeling, what a great turnaround they've had in Mike Lannis' 2nd year.
Yeah.
Picked last in the league, and with the school, having a questionable future, he had to recruit against that, and still was able to put together a good freshman class and going to win 11 games this season, perhaps. Rich lay-in is good, and Mike Lannis will take the timeout here.
Chips was track and field Mountain East Conference Freshman of the Year. I wonder how that affects her weight training in terms of, can you bulk up or add as much strength for basketball, because you're also competing at a high level in track and field. High jump is an entirely different training regimen.
Yeah, great point. Press is broken, and Adachi turns a near steal as Lipscomb was lining up to steal that ball, but instead Adachi tips it over to a teammate, and a lay-in good for Finazzo. 69-56. There's a nice spin move. Ritz turnaround, shot it short, line drive. 3:05 to play. 13-point Notre Dame lead. Wheeling just 4 of 13 from beyond the arc in the game. That's been a big story. Here's Marone to the basket. Now, Lauren Macer knew more than we did, apparently. Played Marone with 4 fouls. She's almost made it through this entire 4th quarter with 4. She's going to drive on Burton, and she'll pick up the foul on Burton.
It would have been interesting. Of course, you can do that with almost any key situation in any game, the woulda, coulda, shoulda game, but it would have been fascinating to see if that 5th foul had been called, how this 4th quarter would have played out differently. It was dangerously close. There were a couple of whistles that came in where, if it had been a foul on Marone, no one would have been up in arms saying, how did they arrive at that decision? So it was close, but again, as you said, Mountain East Conference Coach of the Year, Lauren Macer, knew what to do, and we said that as well as it was happening. And Coach always knows their players best and makes the decisions they feel most comfortable with, and it was rightfully paid off in this situation.
Marone makes 1 out of 2. So Jada Marone today, 25 points, 5 rebounds, shot short. Karolick pulls it down. 2:15 to play, 14-point Notre Dame College lead. Notre Dame, a regionally ranked team, going to pick up their 25th win today. Karolick called on a travel. Looks like IUP will be a lock to host the women's regional. Of course, it'll be a split region, much like the men, if the IUP men also host. The NCAA made that ruling in the past to allow a little relief to the athletic department so they didn't have to host a men's and women's region in back-to-back weeks. Runners up and good for Cashwell, but we mentioned that because Notre Dame is, potentially a team that could host the split region.
And you have Glenville State, and again, coming up in the next game, we have University of Charleston, which is right on the edge of making the bracket. They're number 9 in the Atlantic region. So Mountain East Conference continues to have strength in women's basketball and some strong teams at the top, and looking forward to seeing what some of those teams will do in the regional.
Yeah, Notre Dame would have to make a nice run here in Charleston in order to pass Glenville. Glenville right now in a great position to host the split region. Here's Adachi on a turnaround, up and good. Sena Adachi does a little of everything. 23 points. along with 5 boards in this game. Jumper for 3 in the corner, up, no good, missed there from Lipscomb. 1 minute to play, 14-point lead. So Notre Dame, second time they've been the 2 seed in this tournament, played for the championship as a 2 seed. The other time she played for the title under Katie Hine, that was as the 6 seed back to 2015. And Marone with another bucket. She's got 27. Here's a 3 up and good from Burton.
What was it? That was a 25-footer, Travis. That was from out there.
About 25 feet in the air, too.
Yeah, yes, it did.
All right, 74-61, less than a second differential. Shot clock to game clock. And the clock winds. Throw it to Adachi in the paint. Notre Dame might take a shot clock violation here. And Marone, nope, instead she'll be fouled by Burton with 6 seconds on the clock.
And they'll give a chance for Wheeling to make. I was looking a little perplexed there, Travis, for a second, trying to figure out why they let the clock run down that much and then commit a foul. But here's a chance for some players to be recognized. And I do appreciate this when coaches have a chance to have players that have played so hard be recognized for subbing out, and also players who haven't seen the floor yet have a chance to say they played in a Mountain East Conference tournament game.
Cashwell checks out as a senior. Lipscomb, also Burton.
Yep.
The 3 seniors for Wheeling.
Classy move. I do appreciate that when coaches do that. They've played hard for 4 years. They had a coaching transition. Give them a chance to be recognized one more time by the fans.
Clock at 3. Bonner into the front court. And Bonner's going to hoist a shot that is short over Marone. And Notre Dame College advances a very spirited effort from Wheeling here this afternoon to the second round, on to the semifinals as Notre Dame defeats Wheeling 75-61.